Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2025. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Scorpio, pull up a chair. We need to talk. Your life is about to change in ways you had never imagined. Literally, with Neptune at play. So, July is a landmark month. We are officially halfway through the year, first of all, right? And I told you many times, the first half of 2025 is going to be very different from the second half. So, welcome to the paradigm shift. We are here, okay? Everything is going to change. This is the least boring month. You have so much happening, okay? And remember, 2025 in general, I told you, it is the year of the Great Awakening, right? I don't know it is the year of the Great Awakening. It's the year of the snake, right? Shedding skin, out with the old, in with the new, the year of 9, completion, fulfillment, but most of all, preparing for 10, which is 2026, which is the year. But this is also the year where all the outer planets change signs. In this compressed period of time that we have never seen in modern human history or in ever. Okay? So, what we're about to experience in July, what you're about to experience, you have never experienced what's happening here. You throw in Jupiter that just moved into Cancer in June. Sure, we can add that. That's 5 outer planets that change signs within 6 months. Again, never happens. All right. And these are planets that moved into signs that even these planets in these signs we never experienced, including Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, and now Uranus in Gemini. So why is this bonkers? This being the last of all the planets in new signs? Because out of all those planets, Uranus is the most life-changing. Uranus is a planet of change. So July is going to be off the charts. Expect change, radical change. Change is the only constant in the world, and you already see the world is changing. So the magnitude of July is really big, and to the point where I almost did, July forecast in 2 parts. What you see on this whiteboard, by the way, yeah, there's more in the back, but there's a lot it couldn't fit in. July's loaded. There's a lot happening. There's a lot for you to look forward to. Remember, all the blue. I use green. All the green asterisks, the best aspects of the month. I'll walk you through it. But your life, out of all the signs, oh my goodness. Uranus and Gemini moving into your 8th house. Ooh, we're going to talk about this, Scorpio. Wow. Listen, this is going to be big. So out of all those signs, you're going to go through. The 8th house is death and rebirth. The 8th house is transformation. It's regeneration. It is the snake shedding its skin. It is the, caterpillar to butterfly. You're going to go through really big change. All right. So this month, just expect to connect with others in ways that you never have. Expect to completely reinvent yourself. And your reinvention, to be honest, is going to be happening throughout the next 7 years. Uranus is in Gemini until 2033, right? Expect this month. Of course, you're going to start feeling it now. Expect to, really start. You're going to be searching for like deep meaning and purpose, but also like relationship building. Like you're going to be growing through your relationships. It can be work, it can be love, but it's your transformation in terms of, it's your 8th house, these deep relationships and how they shape you and you shaping others, right? This is big. 8th house is also wealth building. So there's got to be a lot of money stuff for you, like a lot. Okay, we'll talk about it, but yeah, just expect a lot of doors opening for you. All right, in ways that you've never seen. And remember, you have the keys anyway. And also, yeah, you're going to be this month tapping into your inner leader. You're going to do a lot of reassessing, a lot of connecting or reconnecting with your authentic side. All right, that's what Uranus wants. Now, July, Venus will be in 3 signs. It's a big month. Also, 4 planets will retrograde just in July. It's a big month. We have a new moon that's going to be whoosh for you. We have a full moon that is, I like it, yeah. And then we have only 3 challenging aspects. So July is going to be Game-changing, enormously auspicious with these one-of-a-kind aspects we have not seen in our lifetime, playing out the entire month. And I told you, 2025, the year 4 C's, okay? Community, collective, the collective, right? Courage, consciousness. You're going to see that play out this month. But with Uranus and Gemini, I'm throwing in 4 more C's. That's the highlight, okay? Uranus and Gemini, and that's bringing creativity, communication, collaborations, and commitments. Now, Uranus and Gemini. Wow. It's the highlight of the decade. It's the highlight of the century. It's been 84 years since we've had Uranus and Gemini. So every sign will feel this in different ways, different areas of their life. Uranus is the great awakener, the planet of breakthroughs, unexpected surprises. And if you saw my last live stream, you know that I mentioned that Saturn was the last of the traditional planets that the ancients knew of, okay? And so Uranus being discovered in 1781, right? Thousands of years had passed before the discovery of a new planet. So it was unexpected, surprising, and it was a breakthrough. Now, Uranus is electric. It's eccentric, revolutionary, evolution, freedom, liberation, innovation, genius, novel, future, forward, trend-setting, independence, and of course, surprises, the unexpected, and breakthroughs, which you are going to experience tremendously, all right? He's like a bolt of lightning, Uranus, the sky god, right? And he actually represents shifts in consciousness on a generational scale. Remember, he's in a sign every 7 to 8 years. And Uranus, god of the sky, Saturn's father, by the way, does a lot better in Gemini than Taurus, okay? Uranus does a lot better in Gemini than in Taurus, which we had since 2018. That's your 7th house. It's your opposite sign. And so what does that even mean for you? Well, since 2018, a lot of y'all went through a lot of shakeups and breakups with relationships, partnerships. There was maybe a little bit of instability. There was maybe things with contracts that fell through, legal matters, marriage, all of that, right? Every Scorpio is different. You're going to experience it different ways. Maybe falling outs with business partners, whatever it is. It brought you here. Now, Uranus and Gemini is a mutable sign. More adaptable, more flexible. Uranus and Gemini is all about your innovations and advancements and breakthroughs in communication and the mind. Gemini rules the mind, right? Ideas, creativity, creative revolution, writing, creative writing, anything online, rules the internet. And the Gemini does. And transportation and travel. And so there is this rebellious energy with Uranus breaking from the old. Being original. That's the goal. Being your authentic self. Again, reinventing yourself. But you, Scorpio, again, it being your 8th house. Your house. You're going to love this. This is your house. You rule the 8th house natively. You're going to love this. All right? It's going to be very empowering for you because the 8th house is empowerment. Yeah? Remember I said wealth building. And so there's got to be a lot of focus on inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, royalties, shared bank accounts, loans, taxes, things like that. Okay, it is the 8th house is just like revolution in itself, is evolution in itself. Okay, remember death and rebirth. There's this new you, and yes, Uranus is the great awakener and can bring breakthroughs and breakups and shake-ups. Yeah. And so those are all on the table too. Okay. But everything happens for a reason. And like I said, you use these aspects, right? You don't let them use you. And here's the thing. A lot of this is because Uranus and Gemini, the mind, if you do have like a breakup or whatever, it's going to be you realizing or understanding that whatever situation you're in is not serving your higher self. Yeah. All right. So, and again, this can be business, or it can even be like your agent or, lawyer, whatever, like finding a new one, like things like that. Anyway, Uranus and Gemini, you're definitely going to feel restless this month. You're like, I got to do things. I got to have this change. You're going to feel very stimulated with these brilliant new circumstances, opportunities, even new pursuits. That's the thing. Exploring the new. That's the name of the game. All right. For July. And Uranus and Gemini, very fast and exciting and stimulating. Okay. It's like that scene in Moulin Rouge, that really fast one. But anyway, it's Gemini. You're going to be very social too. There's this element of just being social. You see Venus moving into Gemini as well on July 4th. And again, you're going to see change. Venus in Gemini in your 8th. Oh, you're going to love that. Venus is love and money. And your 8th house, that has to do with building relationships, deepening relationships, and money, making money. So you're going to love that. So here's the thing. You throw in Saturn and Neptune conjuncting Aries. Remember what I said. This is all summer. This is all summer in your 6th. Out with the old, in with the new. The spiritual warrior, this is asking you to be a leader, right? In any capacity. It could be just be like, I'm going to be the mom for my kids. Like, I'm going to be the best, manager at, the regional Chick-fil-A's, whatever it is, wherever you're putting that energy. So don't forget, Jupiter is in Cancer for an entire year for you. Jupiter exalted in Cancer, okay? Another cardinal sign. So again, that you want to feel like this leader taking care of others. I mean, it is your 6th house. 6th house is service to others. So anything that you're doing, right? The job that you have, the parental role, artistry, anything, writing a book, whatever. This is all in terms of uplifting others and having an impact on others. Now, in tarot, by the way, Cancer is the Chariot card, right? And Aries is the Emperor. So you see where you're going with this. And then don't forget, Uranus and Gemini is going to be trining Pluto in Aquarius. So there's 2 air signs, and this is the package deal. Yeah? This is going to be happening for many years. But remember, I said the next 2 years are the most pivotal. Start feeling it now. You start feeling it now. This trine, why is this the package deal, by the way? Because you've got Uranus and Gemini, you got Pluto and Aquarius. Uranus is Aquarius's ruler, right? And then Gemini is ruler is Mercury, Hermes, by the way, the messenger, and he's fast. And Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus. So you see how this alignment is so special, right? Uranus, sky god. Hermes loves the sky. So again, expect a lot of breakthroughs, especially with communication, with the mind, Mercury, right? And Pluto, your ruler. So I don't even know how to tell you how significant this is for you, Scorpio, right? With Uranus in Gemini in your 8th, which you rule, and then Pluto and Aquarius in your 4th, by the way. So a lot of home and family, especially with Jupiter and Cancer, for the next, 19 years, but just this summer, this year, all right? 4th house is home. It's real estate. Y'all are moving, okay? Expanding. You're also, like, maybe there's stuff here with, like, your significant other, parents, grandparents, children, ancestry, all of that. But Pluto, what did I just say? Pluto and Aquarius? Pluto is your ruler. And so at the end of the day, this is all about you and your breakthroughs, because this is, I can't even, like, the fact that you have Uranus and Gemini in the 8th, again, that's your house, and Uranus is trining Pluto, your ruling planet, right? In Aquarius, Pluto being your ruling planet, therefore rules your first. I mean, natively. What? This is insane for you, Scorpio. So expect big change, okay? This month. Really big ones, especially this summer. You're going to have breakthroughs in ways where you even recognize maybe you were holding yourself back, all right? Remember, this is all about your personal freedom, right? This is high frequency. And remember, we're all made of energy. I say this all the time. We have biofields. We're all connected. We're a human race, and that is what Pluto and Aquarius is anyway, by the way. Remember, humanity. So this is us all contributing, and this is our ascension. This is us moving forward, right? This is going to be really special. But here's the other thing. Yeah. Remember, I always say, like, you use these planets and aspects. Don't let them use you. They're here for your taking. So when I see what's happening for you, it looks like you're going to break some things down for you to have your breakthrough. All right. If there's any walls, not in Scorpio's world this summer or even for the next 7 years. All right. Again, this is at the end of the day all about you and the changes you're going to make. All right. And especially with Uranus. Uranus is attributed to the Fool, by the way, in tarot, right? The Fool is card 0. And Uranus will be in Gemini at 0 degrees. That's the world axis, the degree of reset, a new beginning, all month. All right? Uranus and Gemini all month at 0 degrees. So I need to make this very clear for you, Scorpio. You will be embarking on a brand new journey, especially after the Jupiter Cazimi and the new moon, like setting you up for this other cycle. Oh, all summer long. Remember what I said. What happens this summer, all the actions you take this summer is everything you're doing is giving yourself a preview of where you want to be by February 2026. That's that pivotal year. All right. That's the great reset. So take action now to create your reality where you want to be for February 26th and beyond. All right. The universe comes bearing gifts this month. All right. You got to get them. Now, here's the last thing, because again, when I look at what's happening for you, Scorpio, when you've got Saturn conjunct Neptune, and they're barely a degree apart, all right, in Aries, and you're 6. So again, everyday activities, health matters, and work is going to be a big thing. But they're sextiling Uranus and Gemini and Pluto and Aquarius, and remember, Uranus is trining Pluto, so that's the bigger story here. This is you cultivating this new you, this new reality you're creating for yourself. A lot of y'all are getting new jobs, starting new things, getting a lot of fame by the end of July. We'll walk through that too. But remember, Saturn, Neptune, in Aries, that's you turning your dreams into reality. But with Uranus now in the picture and Gemini, ooh, fast, okay? And remember, this 4-way alignment, again, you can't trace this back in modern human history, but it's very harmonious. It's this strong golden triangle is what we call it, right? And so you will definitely feel this, all right? It's at between 0 to 2 degrees of fresh new beginnings, new ventures, all of that, all right? And when we get to August, you will really, really feel this, but you're going through, just out of all the signs, some of the biggest changes like you could never believe. All right. And remember, these outer planets, that's a rare signature, this 4-way, right? And so let's just keep going. Okay. The biggest thing here of all is, if you know your birth chart, by the way, if you have anything at 0 to 1 degrees, 2 degrees, you're really gonna, and remember, it doesn't matter where, because all the modalities are really impacted here. You're really gonna feel July, okay? Even at the end, like 29 degrees, but even still, like, you're really going to feel this month. Just to let you know, you're going to be going through some changes, and a lot of them may be long-term. Like, for instance, if you're a subscriber, you may know that I'm a Gemini rising, a 0 degree Gemini rising. And, you know, when I do the forecast for Geminis, sometimes I make the joke, yeah, I'm a Gemini rising. I'm more Gemini than you, because I actually am. But anyway, it just, if you have anything at 0 degrees, you really embody all, like the essence of that sign or whatever. But with the fact that Uranus is going to be moving into Gemini at 0 degrees, right? For a year, basically, you will see me go through change, because it's going to be right on top of my 0 degree ascendant. So you're part of my journey. You're going to see me go through changes. So you're going to see this happen in real life. It's so funny. Anyway, Uranus just wants you to be your authentic self. Okay. So now the other thing is, if you want to know more about Uranus and Gemini for the world, that's a whole other thing. Right. And so I'll leave the July astrology overview that I did at the end of this video. And I talked about this in my last live stream, and maybe in the description box, I'll leave them. But I even talk about things in like my channel predictions. Anyway, just know you're going to expand your consciousness in the biggest way possible. Let me explain this real quick. The reason why is because, again, Uranus and Gemini trine Pluto in Aquarius, two of the most open-minded signs, notably, and by the way, I'm an Aquarius and Gemini rising, but notably, Uranus and Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius, is opening minds. That's just what happens. So you are going to be thinking in profound new ways. You will have breakthroughs. You're going to be taking a lot more risks. You're going to see your life change before your eyes. That's just how Uranus operates in Gemini. Again, fast. And if you feel like things are moving too fast, hey, you've got Mars and Virgo all month helping you stay grounded, okay? And by the way, with the fact you have Mars and Virgo all month, that is your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term commitments, long-term goals, long-term dreams, also your social network, or even just networking. It's your support system. It's benefactors, allies. People will be opening doors for you this month, but you've got to reach out. Please be social. Please network. You're going to have huge advantages this month, okay? Now, the last thing is, remember, I said you're going to do a lot of reassessing and rethinking with all those retrogrades. Neptune going retrograde July 4th, Saturn on July 12th, Mercury's going retrograde July 17th, and Mercury's going to be in Leo all month. And that's the other thing. That's your 10th house. So what does that even mean? Because we're going to move into Leo season, so you'll have the sun in Leo, and we have a new moon in Leo. That's your 10th house of fame. And Leo energy just brings this element of fame. We'll talk about it. A lot of you are changing careers or getting new jobs or getting promoted or getting some sort of honor. If you're not here for a career, it's just your reputation. Yeah? Something that you want to be known for. This is big. And don't forget, even your modern ruler, Pluto, is still retrograde. So that's 5. Yeah? It's all about going within. Now, let's get started. Okay, let's just do this. July 2nd. This is the exact midpoint of the year. All right? And to be honest, like pretty much like the decade. But here's the thing. This is happening with the moon in Libra. You already have partnership stuff on your mind. Yeah, you see what's happening on July 4th. Okay. And it's all about peace and harmony, all of that. But the moon in Libra is going to have this golden triangle, right? This air trine with Pluto in Aquarius and Sedna in Gemini. So Sedna, it's been 12,000 years, all right, since Sedna's been in Gemini. And Sedna and Pluto, two dwarf planets, by the way, are all about the collective consciousness. So you're going to feel this right away. And don't forget, you still have Venus in Taurus at this point. Okay? And it's domicile. So there's something here with partnerships and relationships in a big way. And you see it happening on Friday. All right? July 4th, which is one of the biggest days of the month. It's a loaded day. So please, by the way, pay attention to what I say for this day because I will not repeat it in your next week's forecast. I'll give you like little like nuggets or reminders, but there's more fish to fry. All right? Again, a lot of things here that's not even on the whiteboard, but this is when Venus conjuncts Uranus in Taurus at 29 degrees. So I talked about this last week. Yeah. And here's the thing. I dropped these forecasts days before the actual month, right? So whatever day you're watching this video, you're already feeling it, Scorpio. All right? Because remember, it's building up to that perfection that's happening on the 4th. At 29 degrees, again, that anaretic degree. It's a critical degree. It's this graduation, this peak moment, this culmination. It's happening for you. Partnerships, relationships, love, money, creative projects, creative partners, marriage. There's something big here. There's something, Venus and Taurus is leaving you this parting gift. Uranus and Taurus is leaving you this parting gift, okay, before moving into Gemini in a few days. So there will be fireworks, okay? Pun intended. Happy 4th if you're in the U.S. Anyway, there could be something really stimulating and exciting here for you, all right? Especially, it's almost like even like, Uranus and Taurus is kind of like, it's also like, oh, I'm sorry that I was in Taurus for 7 years. I'm making up for it now, in your 7th. So I really love this for you. Now, this is where it gets bonkers for you, Scorpio. I'm not even joking when I say this month is all about you secretly. It's all about you. All right. Now, Okay, so first, what makes this day even more bonkers is that Venus and Uranus, they're conjuncting, right? But they're going to conjunct the fixed star, Alcyone, the brightest star in the Pleiades and the Taurus constellation. So this is the first time in 84 years. And it's harmonizing with your ruler, Pluto, with Saturn, with Neptune. This is enlightenment. This is ambition and eminence. And we'll talk about in the second spread next week, where we talk about planetoids and asteroids and lunations and fixed stars. But look at what's happening. Venus will immediately move into Gemini. Yeah, 0 degrees. Venus in Gemini is fun. It's social, it's stimulating, it's flirty, it's curious, it's affectionate, it's lighthearted, it's you feeling very charming, very magnetic. This is your 8th house. Again, there's something really deep here. You're going to feel this in your bones. You're going to be doing new things, trying new things. You're going to be very curious. You're going to be meeting a lot of strangers. They're going to be becoming friends. A lot of them are going to become lovers or business partners. That's just how it is for you this month, okay? Or employees or whatever it is. A lot of focus on love and money and creativity and launching new things. And even for you, a lot of things with like just part of your personal growth here, okay? Your big transformation. Big transformation for you. And a lot of y'all may be getting married too, by the way. All right. Or even like second marriage with Jupiter and Cancer in your 9th. FYI. All right. Now, there is also going to be a lot of just you being stimulated. You know, the 8th house there is like this depth. And when I say depth, it's psychological, right? So you're really going to get stimulated and be really like in the headspace too. But just remember, this is lighthearted. This is fun. It's very belly laugh. It's dad jokes. Okay. Venus in Gemini. It's more about that mental connection too. But this is also what makes things a little bit bonkers. And this is why I'm making this a big deal, because it's actually a bigger deal. You're going to have Venus conjunct Sedna, the planetoid, Alcyone, the fixed star. I'm already losing my voice. Aldebaran, another fixed star. Hygeia, they're all in Gemini. 0 to 3 degrees. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you are going to, right out the gate, you're going to want you're going to want things, okay? And you're going to go get them, all right? Now, yeah, Neptune's going to retrograde this day until, pretty much the end of the year. That's fine. That's, just reassessing, redefining that inner spiritual warrior, that compassionate leader, hero, role model, artist, whatever, right? But the big thing here is just asking yourself, am I grounded in the reality of my future dreams and my ideals? All right? And this is really good. It's you connecting intuitively, really wonderful. Now, here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to, I know it's taken a lot to get to this point, but this is what I'm telling you. This day, July 4th, the moon is going to be in your sign. And if you're a Scorpio, all right? If you're a Scorpio, and you are, because you're watching for this, and this is Astrology 101, the moon in Scorpio has a kick, an intensity to it, all right? Now, you're going to feel this all weekend with the moon in your sign all weekend while all of this is happening. And other things not even on the whiteboard. So what does this mean? It means, this is all about you and what you want and what you desire. Love, business, intimacy, money, your personal transformation. Oh, you're going to really feel this. And Jupiter, by the way, is not aspecting any planets all month. Can you believe that? None. All right. Lunations, moon, planetoids, asteroids, all that. Yeah. We talk about it in the second spread, but that's the thing. This day, Jupiter will be at its degree of exaltation, 5 degrees, and will trine the moon in your sign. Oh, that's beautiful. Very emotionally moving, very warm and fuzzy. But again, there's this depth here. Like, you're going to feel this very intuitive energy. There could be a female figure at play here, or even your role as like a mother, boss. There's something here also with home investments, or what you're investing your time and energy into, what you know that you're going to feel it, all right? Even not on the whiteboard, Saturday, July 5th, you've got the moon in your sign conjuncting Juno. Don't forget, you've got Juno in your sign. Juno is associated with Libra. Therefore, partnerships, relationships, contracts, marriage, legal matters, and the truth and justice that comes with all that. Now, moon in Scorpio, yeah, there's things that can be revealed. Yeah? Okay? And Juno's going to do that. Juno is Jupiter's wife, by the way. That's how big of a player she is. You're going to hear more astrologers talk about her and bring her in. But anyway, on this day, Saturday, I love it because what's happening here is you have this great water trine with the sun in Cancer, moon in your sign, and the North Node in Pisces. What? This is huge. You're having some big, I would even say like mini spiritual awakening, big spiritual awakening, very emotionally moving. North Node in Pisces. Don't forget, that's your 5th house of joy, pleasure, fun, family, children, sex, creative projects. Anyway, this is bonkers. You're going to feel, and this is water energy, right? Go with the flow with the go. What makes this even more bonkers is that you will also have another triangle with Venus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, and Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Yeah. Fire and air, fire and air. Things are going to be happening for you. All right? Because there is a third golden triangle with Mercury in Leo, Ceres in Aries, right? That maternal energy, that self-care nurturing, and the fixed star Antares, which is all about, it's a royal star. It's a warrior star. It's all about, it's the same thing. It's like mastery of self. It's courage. There's a sense of glory here. Yeah. And Taurus is in your constellation, Scorpio. And so there is something really big here happening with work, with your fame, reputation. It's just so much happening with your everyday activities. This isn't okay. So one of the biggest weekends ever for you. And if you watch my prediction videos, by the way, and that's the other thing, if you're new to my channel, I am a channeler that, I do a psychic or whatever you want to call it, psychic, a clairvoyant. I'm at 100% accuracy. All my predictions have come true since I started doing it publicly last year. And that's not like, it's not uncommon, right? But I'm just letting you know that I'm saying this because I do trust the information that comes from channeling. But anyway, if you're a subscriber, if you saw that video, you will know that there was a message that came up, 525 BC, right? So I actually had to Google it. Like, what happened there? Venus passed over Antares, okay? And your constellation. It's yours. So anyway, this occultation, it just obscures, Venus was obscuring the star from view. It's not going to happen again until 2400. November 2400. Your birthday season, right? This represents like transformation too and like great passion. But anyway, the point I'm making is that Venus will actually conjunct Antares December 8th. That's going to be around the time of a Mercury-Uranus opposition, but also the full moon in Gemini, your 8th house. Okay? So there's going to be some great change. When I say you're going to go through changes, you're going to go through big changes through this year. Anyway, and here's the other thing. I did tell you in one of the last, prediction live streams I did, just pay attention to July 3rd to the 7th. Okay? You're going through, there's some big things happening. Anyway, and then, see, Sunday, July 6th, you got Venus in Gemini, sextiling Saturn and Neptune in Aries, 2 degrees. That's big. Go do things. Sextiles are windows of opportunity. This is big. This is enormous. It's the actions that you take that bring things into your life. So this is very much so love, relationships. This is Saturn. So Saturn's giving you something here for the long term, all about commitments, relationships, finances, creative projects, all of that. Okay. Saturn brings that structure and stability. Even maybe you becoming like more of an authority, even like a father, boss, whatever it is, it's all for the long term. And there's something here that can be new or part of your transformation, something new within your growth with partnerships, love, money, Neptune. Come on. Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. So when you get them together, when they have this sextile, right? It's like a fairy tale because it is imagination and compassion, ideals, a surplus of creative energy. Do things that are inspiring, Scorpio, please, okay? Go to a gallery, go to a ballet, it's Venus, get a spa treatment, okay? Do, I don't know, the peanut butter facial, whatever's trending right now. Just do something different. You're going to want to with Uranus and Gemini. Remember, you're thinking in new ways and having that breakthrough. And it's at 2 degrees anyway. That's attributed to Venus. She's at home. It's all about comfort and love and abundance in your 8th house. That's deep. So as long as you take that action and put wheels in motion, you've got this potential for long-term here. All right? With love and money. Anyway, if you are a cross-watcher, by the way, okay? If you watch for your rising or your moon, for your, sister or kid, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're going to feel this the most. Planets, if you know your birth chart, natal chart, planets, if you have any planets 0 to 4 degrees, any of the signs I mentioned, you're going to feel it the most. But again, all this happening at the same time, everyone is going to feel it, especially you with a moon in your sign. Now, July 7th, the big day, Uranus moving into Gemini. We'll talk a little bit more next week about this, including the lower expressions of Uranus and Gemini for your sign. All right? But just know you're reinventing yourself right now. Oh my gosh, in a big way. All right? It's all about being your authentic self. Yeah. Now, the other thing is, okay, so yeah, the same day Venus is going to trine Pluto. Gosh, there's just so much happening here for you. This is happening at the same time with Venus, sextile Saturn, and Neptune. Like, you see this is big. So again, something here with Venus in your 8th house, trining Pluto, your modern ruler, right? But Pluto being in Aquarius, that's also your 4th. There's just something big here with love, relationships, money, creative projects, creative pursuits, home, family, your domestic sector, investments, things that you want to start, things that you want to invest your time in, actual investments, right? But a lot of thinking. There is this depth, right? Remember, Venus, trine Pluto, both in air signs here. Remember, you also have Uranus trine Pluto too. So I don't even know what to say. Like, this is huge. All right? Remember, Pluto rules your 8th, where Venus currently is with Uranus. And that is your home. So again, this is all about you, where you are going to be very commanding. You're going to have this presence. You're going to feel very, you're just going to impress. All right? Put yourself out there. This is also mentally stimulating, but it's also so deeply profound with Pluto and Aquarius. This is you, honestly, just seeking really, really deep connections, okay? Whether new, current ones, like, you're going to really feel this. Electric connections. So if you're single, you see that you've got this huge window, okay? So this is all in the name of transforming your life. And yes, there is an intensity here. There is a big one here, all right? So just please use this. You're going to feel this. It has everything to do with you. This is all about you and love and money, which you rule, right? It's the 8th house. And then trines actually are super harmonious, by the way. They work in your favor. They bring this element of like luck and ease, all right? So you will feel this because they're at these early degrees. There's this level of intimacy and power with Pluto, empowerment, influence with Venus, right? And it's all about your transformation and your evolution. And honestly, please take action. All right. Cross watchers, same thing. Air signs, fire signs. Okay. We'll feel this the most if you have planets between 0 to 6 degrees and any of them. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You will feel it the most. And you, honestly, Scorpio, yeah, of course, this is all about you. But the moon will be in Sagittarius this day with this amazing fire trine that 2 things here for you. Okay. You will definitely have something here about your transformation, self-worth, self-value, your knowing your worth, things that you have value in, but also something that's going to hugely shift your perspective with the moon in Sagittarius. I wouldn't be surprised if you traveled to, but also Sagittarius rules your second house. So there is something here with money in a really big way, even the first week of July, right? Because that's your second house: income, salary, finances, money. You have Venus, the planet of money, in Gemini, in your eighth of money. Do you see what's happening here? Like it's okay. All right. So, okay. Anyway, let's just keep going. Thursday, July 10th, you have that full moon in Capricorn. That one's gonna be, we'll talk about your weekly forecast. All right. I like it. It's great. It has this amazing alignment with the North Node, the South Node, even trining Mars. So there's something really big here where you're just gonna have adjustments. It's like it's part of your transformation and your world changing. It's actually really nice, but it is your third house. Okay. So there's something here with family. There's something here with travel. You may be coming back from a trip. You may be, launching something as well, like maybe launching something. You may be doing something online. Something may go viral, social media. But anyway, at the end of the day, it is your third house. It's all about communication. It's maybe PR, marketing, advertising, something here really illuminated for you where you have this moment of clarity. It's all about the long term. It's a Saturn ruled full moon. Okay. It's a big one. We'll talk about your weekly forecast. All right. Now, the other thing is, and yes, something is finalizing here. There's maybe a contract you're ending for a new one to begin. Okay. By the way, cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, they're going to feel this the most. And what else can I tell you? There's just so much. You see me scrolling and scrolling and scrolling because there's so much happening in July, and we're going to break it down your weekly forecast. Like next week we'll do more, but here's the thing. And then at the end of your spread as well. But Saturday, July 12th, Saturn will go retrograde, and that's going to be until September 1st. It's the same thing as Neptune retrograde. They're both retrograde now in Aries. It's like, are you grounded in reality? But now with Saturn retrograde as well, you going within. Are you asking yourself, am I putting too many limitations on myself? Am I taking on too much? Do I have a realistic approach and mindset for my future? Just reevaluate, even maybe redefine your long-term goals and commitments, things with work, maybe even health matters. It is your sixth house. Lifestyle, all of that, because remember the South Node is in Virgo anyway. So health matters are changing for you. And it is Saturn. Okay. Saturn is like old bones, right? Like, do I have to stretch more? Do I have to, you know what I mean? Like things like that. Anyway, teeth, dental work. Anyway, and Saturn is also karma. So remember, there's something here like you working on your karma. Let's do, July 17th, 18th, depending on where you live, Mercury will go retrograde. All right. In Leo. So this is going to happen just like after midnight. So it really is depending on where you live. But the day, on that day, you see Mercury sextile Venus, like right before. Again, that's amazing here. There's something here with money, career, partnerships. There's something here. Okay. Fame even, because you have Mercury and Leo again has that degree of fame, and it for you, only you Scorpio, that's your 10th house of fame. So again, there's something here you're getting recognized for, or you're having conversations about getting more recognition. All right, with Mercury, the communicator, the messenger. All right. Now, with Mercury going retrograde, it can bring miscommunication, everything that we know Mercury retrograde, right? Just know it's going to be retrograde until August 11th, okay? So, delays, etc., etc. However, here's the thing. I've already said I don't mind this Mercury retrograde. When all these other planets are retrograde, and with what's happening this month, with Uranus like whoosh, like in Gemini, I don't mind it, because what's going to happen, remember, Mercury is Gemini's ruler. Yeah. So what's going to happen here? There's going to be something here where people from your past are going to come back around, and it could be former bosses, former colleagues, former employees, things like that. People you worked with in the past, just pay attention. Mercury goes in shadow pretty pretty much beginning of July. So you could start seeing that happen, or maybe you're reaching out, right? Communication, Mercury. But it's beneficial is what it is. Okay. So check your DMs. And then, yeah, Mercury, that's the thing. Mercury is just going to be here for a long time. Remember, Mercury's in, when it goes direct, will still be in Leo. So Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries all summer, Mercury in Leo all summer, Uranus trying, like everything's this summer. Okay. So it's working on you where you want to be this summer for next year, February 2026. Fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, you, Aquarius, Gemini, and Virgo will feel Mercury retrograde the most. Again, I don't mind this one. Now, Sunday, July 20th. This is a big day. I don't think that... So two things are going to happen here. And this is when Mars conjuncts the South Node. I've talked about this a couple times. I said start preparing for this. It's exactly 19 degrees. And so... remember I said that. We'll talk about this a lot more in your weekly forecast. You're going to feel this days before, days after. It's going to square Venus. You see Mars square Venus. You're going to feel that around this time. Why do I bring this up? Because the moon will be in Gemini at this time, right? With Venus in Gemini. Anyway, so this has a lot to do. And therefore, the moon will conjunct Uranus. The moon will conjunct Venus. So really great things. Really your breakthroughs. Yeah. Breakthroughs. Something here very auspicious for you. Relationships, money. But anyway, Mars conjunct the South Node in Virgo. This is everything you do not want to bring into your journey moving forward. Mars is like a laser. Mars is your traditional planet. Mars is like a spear. Mars is in Virgo, right? And so there's something here. Maybe you're thinking about friendships, a community, someone that it's just for you. It's more about friendships and people you know. Could even be like your LinkedIn community. You cancel your LinkedIn membership there, or, you know, you leave a certain Facebook group. 11th house is social media too, because it's like the masses. So there's something here with other people involved, as well as your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, and dreams. So there could be an adjustment. There could be you literally changing it, right? Remember, you're reassessing a lot. Maybe there's something new you want to bring in, or just adjust. Either way, Mars is going to say, oh, well, here's the time. All right. So just keep that in mind. The South Node is, you know, where you want to leave things in the past anyway. Make that history, right? It just so happens this is happening during Mercury retrograde. So with the South Node, this really amplifies the fact that people from the past may come up, or you will be thinking of people from the past. Okay. So let me see. What else have we got for you? Oh yeah. Oh gosh. And honestly, on this day too, you will have Mars, your traditional ruler, sextile Juno, in your sign. So again, Jupiter's wife, there could be something here with partnerships, relationships, contracts, just endings. There's something that may be ending or just adjusting, right? Because you're already going through this transformation. Mars square Venus, we will talk about next in your weekly. All right. It's not, I actually don't mind it. I think it's a good one. It's just like, what do you desire? Take action. Yeah, that's all it is, right? But we'll go deeper in your weekly forecast. Again, something here with love and relationships and money for you. Now, the sun, actually, no, Tuesday, July 22nd, we officially move into Leo season. And the sun rules Leo. So this is a great time. This is for the next 4 weeks. This is the spotlight, okay, for you. This is time for you to show off your talents. That's what this Leo energy is for the next 4 weeks. Okay, this is when you realize I'm not a backup dancer. I'm not the backup singer. I'm not an extra. This is all about me. Why? Because like I said, Leo is the royal maker, right? Royalty. So it already has a degree of fame. And for you, Leo rules your 10th house of fame. That can be on a global scale. It could be wherever you want it, in the neighborhood. You want to be known as the super mom of, your gated community. There you go, right? You've got the spotlight for the next 4 weeks, but you're going to have some, what's the word? Glow up when it comes to fame, career, your reputation, honors, achievements. This is big. All right. So suddenly, you just feel this surge of inspiration and enthusiasm, and it's energizing and it's confidence. Huge focus on family and pleasure and joy and true love, romance, creative projects anyway. That's Leo energy. And that's where you could have like attention and achievements. This is truly big for you. It's a big time for you. All right. And actually the same day, the sun will sextile Uranus and Gemini. So again, there's something here with love and money, like in a big way, but also something here with fame and career. All right. And investments. Now, Wednesday, July 23rd. Yeah. Venus square Mars. Again, I just don't. Yeah. You may feel a little bit restless, especially up here of the mind, what's upstairs. Like Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury, right? So a lot of mental activity, but it's, Mars and your 11th. Some of y'all really just want, there's love, money, creativity. We'll talk about a lot more later. The big thing for you, you've got the sun in Leo trining Saturn in Aries. There's just something here. You've got all these wonderful aspects with Saturn this month in your 6th house of everyday activity. So at this point, right before the new moon on July 24th, I would be shocked if there wasn't something new in your life at this point that is set up for the long term. Now, Thursday, July 24th, yeah, we have the new moon in Leo, 2 degrees. You've heard me say 2 degrees a lot, right? So, all right, this is big. And even though Mercury is retrograde in Leo, it doesn't mean you can't like set intentions and put wheels in motion. We'll talk about it when we get there, all right, in the weekly forecast. But you've got the sun trine Saturn and Neptune, 2 degrees, by the way. Pluto trine Uranus. You have Saturn and Neptune, sextile Uranus. You have so much happening with this new moon. It's one of the best for you if you are here for a career. It's your 10th house. Or if you want to be famous, it's your 10th house. You have Mars and Virgo in your 11th house. It could be, again, maybe something here with social media, like a post that you do that goes viral as well. You just have a lot happening, okay? But the sun will be opposite Pluto. So keep that in mind, right? The sun in Leo, lower expression can be like ego, pride, and then, Pluto, right? Pluto's your ruler. And this is 2 fixed signs. So there just may be a little bit of egos at play around this time of the new moon. Vibrate at the high frequency. You know how this works. Now, last thing I'm going to tell you, because, wow. All right. Let's just, July 30th, Venus does move into Cancer. Really wonderful. I feel like, a lot of you are going to be traveling in August, to be honest, and going back to school, learning something or teaching, maybe even online. And then you do have that Mercury Kazemi on July 31st. And I really love that Mercury Kazemi, especially for you. All right. That is your 10th house again. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio. July 2025, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Scorpio. You like how I forgot like where we're at? Like, what? Scorpio. Woo! You have no idea. Again, this month, everyone's going through change. Enormous change. Even adapting to changes that are happening within your orbit. But you personally, like you as a person, will be going through a lot of change. Again, butterfly to caterpillar to butterfly, or you know what, just phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, you were this close to making me say that. You're going through the biggest change of your life. You're gonna get a mic drop. You're gonna get them. No, I'll give you Ted Lasso. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the big, you know what's really crazy is that if you're a cross watcher, you have seen how bananas everyone's spreads have been. I told you, your every sign's going to go through some enormous change in July. Everything changes. You see this here. You see this. Look at what's happening. All major arcana court cards in your main spread. Like, yeah, this is going to be a significant month for you. Okay? Scorpio. Team Scorpio. Oh my gosh. I can't even okay. Queen of Cups. There you go. Love it. Amazing. Okay. She's like the Princess Diana at tarot. So much love, empathy, very intuitive energy, psychic level, right? I wouldn't be surprised. You got Jupiter and Cancer in your ninth. This is huge. Okay. But at the end of the day, she does what her heart desires. And that's what I said that you're going to be doing this month. And you're going to be also taking risks. But also there's a sense of care for others. There's a sense of what you're doing. There's a sense of I want others to feel good. It starts with self-love too. You're moving into this month feeling really good, raising your frequency, raising other people's frequency, having an impact on them, inspiring them. And look at what happens. You cash in your karma points. You got the Wheel of Fortune in the heart of your spread. And the heart, this is a monthly forecast. You're good. Your life is changing in ways that I said, right before your eyes, in ways you never thought could ever happen this month. Wheel of Fortune is attributed to the planet Jupiter. Okay? Luck, good fortune, expansion, abundance. This is huge. You see, you're here too. All the four fake signs and the corners of the wheel. And here's the thing. What's really interesting is that when I see what's happening here for you, because you do see that you got the World, the other card with the four fake signs, the only two cards, yeah, in the corners in your challenge area, right? When I see what's happening here, it is bonkers level change. Okay. And again, with Uranus, yeah, unexpected change sometimes. You can see that happening here. And there is also, there's an element of something fated happening to you. You even see the Sphinx on top of it, yeah, on top of the wheel. So for a lot of y'all, it just feels like some of you at this point, moving into this month, maybe you don't know exactly the direction you're going, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's home, family, whether it's job, career. There may be something there where it's just but I have that self-belief and I have that self-love and I trust in the universe to take me whichever direction, even if I don't know, right? Even if there's a mystery, and you love that. You rule the 8th house. There's a sense of mystery in the 8th house. So you thrive on that. There is a sense of mystery for some of y'all, which way does the wind blow for me, right? I'm trusting my intuition. I'm trusting in the universe. You have the World in your challenge area, okay? So two things here. Something's ending for sure. This is the end of the major arcana, this is your challenge area, all right? It's not a bad thing. It's just saying there is something definitely ending, and it may be surprising, okay? Just to let you know, you didn't expect it. Secondly, when you move forward, and the Wheel of Fortune is card 10 in the major arcana, so 1 0 equals 1, right? New beginning. When you move forward, when this new change happens, with Mars, your traditional ruler, on the South Node, you can't bring any baggage, okay? You've learned all your lessons, right? So it's just, let's learn every lesson that we have to learn to the point where we know. It's I talked about this before with karma, right? Karma is such a big thing. Even if you were a kid and you were in high school and you did silly things, maybe in college, and it was right? You didn't know any better. There's a point where you're going to have to work out that karma, right? But for some, it could be months, it could be years, but when you've worked it off. Yeah. Trust your intuition though. All right. There's something here that's big, big, big. Now, you also got the moon in your crown. Listen, I said you're going to have a lot, Uranus and Gemini, again, very stimulating, very fast. You are a water sign. So just You know, trust your intuition. Okay. Let your intuition guide you. You even see the hermit's face in the moon here. Yeah, it is card 18, right? So 1 plus 8 equals 9, the hermit card. Go within, do that reflection, that inner introspection, soul searching energy too. All right. All these retrogrades are going to, you got Uranus and Gemini in your 8th. There's changes that are happening in your life. And to be honest, a lot of y'all already know it. And now you're going to recognize a lot of things, like all the missing pieces in July, but even still for a lot of different areas. But with that moon in your crown, it's almost like don't overreact, trust your intuition. That's all. If there's anything up here that needs to go, remember, out with the old, in with the new, especially Uranus and Gemini, the mind. Whatever that may be holding you back up here, it's got to go. All right. You got justice in the Ritter spread. Wow. You're good. It's when I talk about karma, you got the 2 cards that are highly associated with karma, right? The Wheel of Fortune, card 10, Justice, card 11. That sits right in the middle of the major arcana. So, and Libra is associated with Libra, the card, the sign right in the middle, all about balance. Anyway, you see the scale and the Judge's hand here. So yeah, there's something here that's life changing. And it does seem like you've worked off your karma. You've, cashed in your karma points. New karma's coming in. There's a sense of you becoming a lot more wiser. It's within you. You see things through this lens of balance and truth and fairness and justice, all of that, right? You have Juno in your sign. Of course you do. Okay. So really great. Okay. This is really nice. So there is a sense of like true, like I am being my authentic self. I'm using this sword to cut anything I don't need in my life this month, because there's that balance. Okay. Even up here. Yeah. Because Libra does rule your 12th, by the way. But there is something with partnerships and relationships too. A lot of, like I said, 8th house activity, like marriage is a thing. Second marriage for a lot of y'all. Knight of Cups. Okay. So there is a partner in crime coming into the scene, right? The Knight of Cups, the knight in shining armor. And if you're looking for that, you see that. Remember what I said, you could have those serendipitous moments. You got to put yourself out there. You got the stage, okay? Go to the barbershop, do something new, get some bangs. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know that the hairdresser at this new barbershop you went to doesn't know the investor you're looking for your, M&M store you want to open? Or if you're single, they got a friend. You've just got to network. You've got, you got Mars in your 11th. I just really want you to use that. Knight of Cups. So yeah, love partnerships, but it can be creative partners. There can be something here in terms of like business and work as well. But at the end of the day, remember I said this month is all about you. And so when you get the Knight of Cups, yeah, sure, he's extending his cup. He wants to share this journey with someone else. And you're Scorpio and you have Uranus in your 8th now. And so really, really, really nice. And Venus and Taurus, again, in the beginning. And you've been going through that in your 7th. At the end of the day, this is just you. You just want to fill your cup in any capacity. But it does look like someone within the picture, okay? Really nice. It could also be you on this pursuit. Like, whatever is happening here, look where it puts you. He's even writing this buzz of, like, imagination, creativity. He's like a hipster. He feels good. Like, everything's cool. Like, everything's cool, man. Like, that type of energy. He's such a romantic. So whatever happens here, it's for the good. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. I can't even. And he's Pisces too. Okay. So remember, you have your North Node in Pisces. Look at the direction he's going, right? Into his future. He's not turning back. And your North Node is all about moving forward. It's your mission statement, and it's in your 5th house of love and pleasure and sex and family and children and creativity and recreation, fun things. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Scorpio, yes. Let me hear what's going on. This is a big month. I love y'all. Oh my. Okay, here's the thing. you're going to have really big changes, and a lot of things that I said in the beginning of this reading are going to happen. For a lot of y'all, but every Scorpio is different. Now, Eight of Swords, yeah, we call this a self-victim card, all right? You don't want to put yourself here. This card is actually attributed to, interestingly enough, Jupiter and Gemini, because we just had Jupiter in Gemini, right? And Jupiter's now in Cancer, but Jupiter's detriment in Gemini. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like a bad thing, but it's just like, it can be overthinking. It can be overanalyzing. Yeah, Jupiter expands. So overthinking. Again, self-victim card. She put herself here, surrounded herself by swords, and put on the blindfold. Like, her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. Remember, Uranus is in Gemini now, liberating herself. So there may be some things here where you're, with the moon in your crown, there may be something here where you're just like, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't believe in myself. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So that's what I'm saying. With Uranus and Gemini in your 8th, that's going to be a big thing. And you're going to have to adjust to it. And it's going to come in strong. Okay? So trust your intuition. This is overthinking, overanalyzing. This is not facing your fears. Okay? Or any challenges. Or any changes, to be honest, with the world here. You got the Chariot. Remember, I talked about him. He's Cancer. But moving forward, the whale's turning in that direction toward the future. The Chariot, nothing's stopping him. He's just whoosh, right? Going right after his hopes. I mean, you see the stars, yeah, and its canopy. Like you're going straight for your hopes, your wishes, your long-term goals. You have Mars in Virgo, all right? That's in your 11th house. But anyway, you're good. It does seem like there is someone with you on this journey. It like deepening relationships. Again, it can be love. It can be anywhere. It's whoever you think of, wherever you're investing that energy, they're ready. They're ready to go. And here's the other thing. There really could be this kismet moment that happens this month with that Wheel of Fortune, the harder your spread, to really put yourself out there, because you also see, by the way, the 2 Sphinxes here. Now, he doesn't have any reins, right? So how is he actually controlling those Sphinxes? Up here. Because this card is all about willpower, okay? Your mindset. And this is all about that self-belief. And this is all, it doesn't even matter what direction they go. They're going opposite directions, right? We're talking about polarities here. It doesn't matter. You're in control. But the biggest thing, you're moving forward. And again, you may be moving into places you didn't think that you'd ever go. And that could be like, whoa, what's going on? But you got to trust your intuition and know that everything's happening in your favor here. This is amazing. You look across your cross. You can't get remember what I said, Chariot is Cancer. So water energy. Like Jupiter's currently in Cancer. You're good. You just have to believe. Okay? Because when you see this happening here, there's a part of you where, yeah, there's going to be some changes, but I said changes are the only constant in this world. So it's adjusting to changes. It doesn't matter if it's high frequency. You just get ready for change. Uranus is moving into Gemini. That's change. All right? This is saying that there is a little bit of there's going to be some big changes happening in your life. And you may not know. And with Uranus, yeah, he's unpredictable, the unexpected. But there is a sense of it's almost like you're already creating this reality of this isn't going to work out, or, oh no, this is going to be about, no, that would be you that's the universe and even Uranus testing you how are they going to do? How's Scorpio going to do with these changes we're going to bring for them? Anyway, yeah. So you have the 3 of Swords too, and your final outcome. So when I talk about these changes with partnerships, relationships, and money, those are going to be the biggest themes for you. I mean, you just got the 3 of Swords, which is a Libra card, in your final outcome. We do call it the Heartbreak card, but remember, it's more up here. Yeah, it's sure Heartbreak card, but it's a sword suit up here. Yeah, up here, swords. So this is you overthinking, overanalyzing. There's something here where, remember, we got to leave it in the past. You got to use that sword. You got just up here. All right, so it just, It's the reality you create for yourself. All right. You see something really special happening for you here. But even when you throw in the moon in your crown too, it's like there's something that you've got to, and that's going to be Mars. To be honest, Mars can, like, right on the South Node in Virgo. That's going to be hard. Okay. For every sign. That's why I've been helping people build up to that moment. Just be ready to let this part go, this part go, and this part go. And this is all part of your transformation. But there's a sense of like, let's believe that in ourselves and the universe, this fairness, this justice that's going to be happening, that we deserve all of that. Like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Okay. You're going to go through some emotional experiences. All right. Just don't overthink or overanalyze. Make sure you, I'll clarify that 3 swords for you. All right. And then, and then you get the Knight of Wands. So this is that energy of like, this happened. It's all about perspective. What did I say about the Chariot here? All about the mindset. He's controlling the Sphinxes with his mind. Same thing here. You see the rainstorm. You can see it as like, oh, when it rains, it pours. Or after a rainstorm comes a rainbow. All right. All about the way you see things. Okay. With this. You got the Knight of Wands. If you can get past that, you're good. You're free. You are going on a trip too, by the way. Yeah, you're going on a trip. You may be going on a road trip. Are y'all, there's some road trip for some of y'all, by the way. There's also, you have the Knight of Wands. Knights are all on a purpose. They all have a purpose. They're all on a mission, right? They're going to get what they want in a big way. Amazing. Okay. This is really fiery. Ones are career, passion. So it just seems like, again, there may be something that you're going to see some big changes here. It's the luckiest thing for you, but you may not see it as, but when you do, you know that it was like, okay, perfect. Now, let's break it down. First week for you, Scorpio, there's a lot. Remember, July 4th is really big day with the Venus-Uranus conjunction. Venus will move into Gemini. We've got Venus, exile Saturn, and Neptune, Venus, trining, Pluto. Then you've got Uranus moving into Gemini. Like, oh my diddly days. Like, that's a lot, right? A lot in the first week. But let's see what's going on. Yeah? Scorpio, what's your message for the first week of July? Again, like you're good. You got the star. So what is the star? It's healing. Yeah. It's wisdom. It's knowledge, gaining knowledge. It's enlightenment, but it's belief. It's belief. It's belief in the universe. It's faith in yourself. Everything is growing for you. Remember, you're on a mission. And again, I think there's someone with you. You have so much partnership energy. There's someone here. But even with the star, you see the water bear here. By the way, yeah, it is Aquarius. And remember, you have Pluto and Aquarius in your 4th. Home, family, significant other. There could be something there. But you see that the water bear is pouring onto the land too. That's everything growing in your world. The stars aligning for you. Your hopes and wishes. Remember, canopy here, the stars. You're like, everything's happening for you. Second week, full moon in Capricorn is like the biggest thing. There's a lot of other stuff. Saturn going retrograde. Venus Venus is conjuncting Aldebaran. Not on the whiteboard, but we'll talk about that anyway. Let's just, second week, first Scorpio. Sun, moon, and rising. Perfect. So the week of the full moon in Capricorn, you have the 8 of Cups, where, this is when you realize right off the bat of the month, everything's happening for me. I get it. Everything's happening. I have faith. I have self-belief. I believe in myself. Yeah? And I feel so empowered. I'm leaving something behind that I realize no longer serves me. It is a full moon in Capricorn where things end. Amazing. He's moving to higher ground. And yeah, it could be a little bittersweet. There's, it is an eclipse. It's a big moment. You see that eclipse happening here. something being eclipsed from your life or you eclipsing something from your life, but it's for you. Now, third week, Mercury will go retrograde. We do move in, and then Mars conjuncts the South Node. That is such a big thing. We'll talk about it when we get to it. And we do enter Leo season, and Venus will square Mars. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the third week of July. So remember I said that like this Leo energy where it's like a double dose of fame and recognition and honors for you by the third week? Well, you just got the Six of Wands attributed to Jupiter in Leo. It's a Leo card. Everything's aligning for you in a big way. This is a card of achievements and victory and success and rising above. It's eminence. It's everything. This is everything that's lining up for you already. And then the last week is when we have that new moon in Leo, and then Venus moves into Cancer, and so many other things happening. The Mercury Kazemi. Let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the last week of July. You're going to get a mic drop and a magician drop. Okay. You're really good here. I can't okay. Yeah, let's talk. I am so speechless here. This has been a joy for me doing these spreads for the signs I've done so far, because all the spreads have just been bananas. And you just getting the magician after that Six of Wands is so incredibly special. This is the beginning of this new journey. And I even told you in the beginning, just wait until the second half of July. Not that I'm saying you're going to have big things happen throughout the entire month of July. But after that new moon, even with the Mercury Kazemi, there's just so much happening. But you got the magician. Okay, the week of the new moon, new beginnings, this is a whole new everything. This is card one of the Fool's Journey. And you have the tools, all four tools of tarot here. The cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles, anything you want, you're going to get. But this is a card of action, and it's a card of belief. It's the magician. You got to believe in magic, right? So you got to believe in yourself. All of this, it's that self-belief. So whatever happens here, as above, so below. Okay. As today, so before. And I mean, brand new journey waiting for you, happening for you, everything aligning for you, something new, new faded, new paths open for you. Look at this. Look at that. You're good. But you gotta out with the old, in with the new. Y'all are amazing, Scorpio. And yeah, second spread, we'll take a deeper look. Well, oh my gosh, we'll look at love, career, everything. Okay, tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. And for the really good and legendary members and Scorpio, next week we'll go deeper in the aspects. Speaking of going deeper, you're going really deep. This is a brand new world for you. You're amazing, Scorpio. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.